What is going on, my YouTube family? Welcome back to the Gaming Brigade, and I am currently on spring break vacation with the family. We are visiting Washington, D.C. and New York. However, today marks the 4th anniversary of my first video at the channel, and what began as a hobby during COVID has turned into so much more, and I have you to thank for it, my amazing Division family. Again, there are too many things I have to say right now. I don't have enough time to do so. I will be doing a live stream in about a week or so, celebrating everything going on. But as of right now, and it humbles me to say this, we are almost 70,000 subs strong. We have over 10 million views. I have you to thank for it, and trust me when I say we have a ton of stuff to look forward to, my friends. On that note, I want to take a moment as always and thank you all for your incredible support of this channel. Now, what I'm showing you today is an older build video, but this still happens to be one of my favorite ones to use in the game. Hope you enjoy the gameplay footage, my friends, and with that being said, let's get right into it. Now at this point, we're going to jump right into the build breakdown, starting with the specialization. I'm using Gunner because with this version of the build, I'm using the Banshee Pulse, and that is only available with this specialization. Now you do have other options as well. However, always remember, regardless of which specialization you choose, have the proper weapons activated in your weapon skill tree. That way, no matter if you're using your primary or secondary, you are always getting that 15% weapon damage bonus. Now based on my thumbnail and title of this video, it should be no surprise that my primary weapon is ELMO'S engine. It is easily my favorite assault rifle in the game. Now I do have this at expertise level 7, as I happen to have a lot of builds in this game centered around this, so I want to make leveling this thing up a priority. Now the reason it is so effective is not only because of its talent, where shooting an enemy with this weapon will give you 1 stack. At 100 stacks, the next magazine will be filled with shock ammo, but when we look at the mods, you can see you're getting that 20% crit hit damage bonus, 30 extra rounds, 20% weapon handling, and an extra 20% crit hit chance as well, which makes this thing an absolute monster. For my secondary, I'm using the Dark Winter SMG. Absolutely love this weapon, but you can really put anything you want here. If you don't have this, you could use a regular SMG with a regular talent killer on it. You could also use a shotgun. Again, it is completely and totally dealer's choice. And when it comes to my handgun, I do not really use it with this build, so again, put anything you like there. Now we move on to the gear itself. We have 4 strikers, 1 Grupo, and the Coyote's mask, which you see on screen. Now this happens to be one of those must-have exotics in the game, and you can farm for it anywhere the mask is the targeted loot. It has the talent pack instincts, where you and your allies gain a bonus based on the distance of the last enemy you hit. Now one thing you always want to take into consideration is how you actually play the game, and I will give you a quick breakdown of the stats when we get to the end of the video and just go over a few things you want to be aware of. Now moving on to the body armor, it's the 1 piece of Grupo, which is going to give us that 15% crit hit damage bonus. I'm also using the talent Unbreakable, and with that talent, when your armor is depleted, it repairs 95% of your armor. The cooldown is 60 seconds, and on every single piece of gear, I'm trying to stack crit hit chance and crit hit damage everywhere I can, and again, at the end of the video, we will go over those numbers. Now moving on to the holster. It is the first of 4 pieces of the Striker's gear set. We are running all 4, so we get all of the gear set bonuses. 2 pieces 15% weapon handling, 3 pieces 15% rate of fire, and 4 pieces Striker's Gamble, where weapon hits increase total weapon damage by 0.65%, stacking up to 100 times. Again, the rest of these pieces, you are going to see me trying to stack that crit hit chance and crit hit damage like I mentioned before. And you'll also notice on some of these pieces, I re-rolled my core attribute to armor because I like sitting at about 1.1 million base no matter what, even if I am using Unbreakable. Because if that talent does proc, you want to make sure you can still survive while that talent is on cooldown. And finally, we come to the backpack. It is the last piece of Strikers. And because we are using the Striker bag, that is going to increase the total weapon damage gain per stack of Striker's Gamble from 0.65% to 1%, which is a nice jump. We finally make our way to the skills, and I'm using the Crusader Shield just in case things get sideways, and the Banshee Pulse, which again is only available with this specialization. You can use any 2 that you want. It is completely up to you. And as we look at the numbers, and remember, this is going to be based on a watch that has a shade level of 1000. If you do not have one at that point, you will not be able to hit certain numbers that you see. And obviously, you need to take your gear into consideration as well, but you can see I'm sitting at 54% crit hit chance. Remember, the max is 60, and 151.9 crit hit damage. And again, that's without any of the bonuses from the gear, which now takes me to talking about Coyote's mask real quick. And for those of you that either just picked this up or you're getting used to using it, whether you play solo or in a group, one recommendation I have is use certain tools that you have at your disposal, like the firing range, to get an idea of how far you typically are from NPCs when you choose to fire your weapon. And the main reason I say that is because the manner in which you choose to play this game is going to have an effect on how that mask works for you. I know for me, I'm usually between that 0 to 15 meter range, and I'm usually focus firing as well, which means I'm going to have that extra 25% crit hit damage usually running non-stop. I sincerely hope this video helps you out, and as always, if you have questions, comments, or feedback, please let me know. Most of you know by now that one of my favorite aspects about putting these build videos together is the family that we have here at the channel, so if you have any tips and tricks you want to pass along to new and returning players, please let me know, as the main goal is to help out as many people as we can. If you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well, but most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.
Found it. All clear. I repeat,